Hello lovelies, thank you for joining me in some animal readings today. I hope you are very well and I hope your animal companions are well. Okay, so today's reading I'm going to be channeling messages from your animal companion, what they're going through, what they're doing at the moment, what they want you to know, and I'll bring through some messages from them to you, things that they want to say to you. Lily has just jumped down from her bed. Is she going to join us? Oh, she's thinking about it. Okay, so think about the animal companion that you would like to connect with in this reading and look at the different card options in front of you. Now what I'm going to do is to choose some charms as well and put those with the cards, which I'll do right now. So we have the rose, the arrow with the heart on the end, the musical note, and the feather. I can't remember what that's called, that musical thing. It's got a name, hasn't it? I'm sure somebody will let me know. So you can either choose with the cards or choose through the charms there. Think about the animal companion and see which card stands out to you the most or which charm stands out to you the most. If there's more than one that stands out to you, there could be messages in more than one reading for you, okay? So if you need longer to choose, then pause the video and I'll see you in the readings. Hello there, Group 1. You have chosen the card with the rose charm. Roses have got wonderful symbology of purity. They have a lovely fragrance, which is very relaxing. It opens up the heart chakra. So we'll see if that is relevant to this reading at all. Now, these cards that I'm choosing from this deck, there aren't many cards in this deck. There's only a few, and some of them, as you can see, they've actually got different backs on. Some of them are portrait and some of them are landscape. That one's calling to me. I'll turn them over in a minute. Can I get one more? That one. Okay. Right, so the card that you chose initially is number 11, watching. Can you see that there? They've got such beautiful pictures on of these cards. So your animal, this is a very clear indication of your animal paying very close attention to something, possibly to you. They might be watching someone or something in the house, or there might be something outside that they are keen to observe. Maybe something has changed outside and they're watching to see what happens. Maybe they're in the mindset of wanting to go out and spend some time looking at the world. You know, depending on what your animal companion is, they might want to go out and watch the world go by. If they're an indoor animal, they might be spending a lot of time sitting at the window and watching outside. Or, as I say, it could be that they're paying a lot of attention to you. I am getting a message for a few of you that connects with the way that your animal looks at you. They might look at you with such adoration to show you that they truly, truly love you. One of my cats does that to me. The way that he looks at me, it's like he is looking right into my soul and he says to me, "You are my world." You know, I just get that feeling from how he looks at me. So that might be relevant for a few of you in this reading. We have got I don't know why I said number 4 there. Maybe that is relevant for some of you, the number 4. We'll come to that in a moment. We've got attitude, desiring balance, and 14, sleeping. There's a number 4 in that one, isn't there? 4, so 4, with that being 14, that adds up to 5 and 4. 4 and 5 are quite different energies. Number 4 would be more relative to the sleeping energy, because 4 can be to do with taking your time, taking things slowly. Maybe this animal has got a very grounded energy where they don't rush into things, they're not impulsive. You know, some animals can be very proactive or active and very chaotic in their energy. Well, that would be more like the number 5, which 14 adds up to, but the number 4 is more akin to the image on this card where this cat is actually sleeping. Number 4 relates to the health taking care of the self and the diet and exercise, that kind of thing. So I feel that this sleeping card here is very much to do with how your animal is feeling, where their health is their prime concern at the moment. They might be sleeping more than usual, they might want to rest more than usual. There might be something going on with their diet where they might have given you some messages, whether you've realised it or not, where there needs to be some kind of a change in their diet. Maybe they want different food, or there's something in their food that doesn't agree with them. But diet and health and lifestyle is very relevant for the number 4. And I'm also picking up with that energy here on this watching card, where there's something that they are paying close attention to. So it could be to do with their diet. If you've had any thoughts recently about wondering about your animal companion's diet and if it's right for them, or maybe they haven't been eating in the same way, then it could be that they've been sending you messages to change their diet. So have a look at that. And also the image on this card here, the sleeping card, this is your animal needing more rest than usual. So they might be doing that in the house or out of the house. They might be wanting to hide more than usual. This desiring balance card here, I am picking up that very strongly with this 4 influence, this 4 energy. So it's interesting that that came into my mind when I said that card. But this is your animal wanting to find balance within themselves. So something is not in balance within them at the moment, whether that is to do with the amount of time that they spend exercising, walking, playing, sleeping. There's something that is out of balance at the moment in their life, and they're wanting to draw your attention to that, where they are wanting to bring balance back. So pay attention to if they're getting enough exercise or enough time outside or enough playtime. It may be that they want more playtime with you, and it might be that they want more sleep time or they want more cuddle time. So have a look at if anything is changing with your animal companion at the moment and see what their needs could be. It could also be group 1, because this is always the case with animals, is that they are mirroring something to us about ourselves. So maybe they are indirectly showing you that there's something that needs to change in your routine with regards to your health, your diet, your lifestyle, what is out of balance, if you're working too much or resting too much or not resting enough or not working enough, whatever it is. Have a look at how your life might be out of balance at the moment and what your animal companion might be mirroring to you. Okay, with the rose energy in this charm here, that's very much about needing to feel whole and complete, because this is an open rose. It's giving me this impression of wholeness and fullness. So I'm getting the feeling that something might be lacking, and that can often come up with the number 4 energy, where something is lacking, something is out of balance. So this seems like quite a strong influence for you and your animal at the moment, group 1. Right, I'm going to get some more cards from the tarot landscape to see what else is going on for you and your animal, what else they want to let you know. We have got 3 of Swords, King of Wands, and number 9, the Hermit. Okay. So the 3 of Swords energy underneath the desiring balance card here, I feel that there is something, I'm getting quite a strong message that there is some kind of trauma or past event or past emotional experience that your animal is working through at the moment, because they are much like us. They are very sensitive creatures, our animals. In some ways, they are more sensitive than us, because they are very aware of energy. And in a sensitive animal, one that is really sensitive, they can get just as hurt as we can from emotional experiences. So I feel that there is something from their past at the moment that they are working through and trying to balance. Now, if this has gone on for a long time, where there's been an energy blockage from a past emotional experience, that can lead to physical health problems. So if there's something going on with your animal where they have a health problem or a health imbalance at the moment, because that could be what they're wanting balance with, then this is relating to a past trauma or a past emotional experience that is still stuck in their energy and still affecting them. This is something that I work with animals for, is clearing their energy of past blockages, past emotional experiences that manifest physically in physical ways, whether that's down to health problems or behavioural problems. So if you're interested in looking into that further, check the description box below the video for how I can help with that. With this King of Wands energy, this is giving me the sense that this animal is, I'm getting a strong feeling that they feel quite comfortable in their environment. They are very much, as I mentioned earlier with the watching card, they like to watch what's going on around them, and I feel that in their environment they feel safe, they feel secure, they feel protected, which is another influence of the number 4 that I mentioned earlier. And with this lovely tiger energy here, it's like they feel, if they're an animal that goes outside, they don't feel like they're under threat from their environment. They feel quite safe externally in the external environment, whatever they are, whether a cat, a dog, or another type of animal. You know, where some animals can feel under threat in their environment. I feel that this animal feels quite safe and is quite the commanding force at times when it needs to be, and it isn't afraid to be assertive. I feel that also connecting to this number 4 energy that I picked up, this can be an influence where the animal likes to assert their boundaries and isn't afraid of being assertive when they need to be. So if they're around other animals or even people, they will make it clear when there's something that they don't like, something that they're not comfortable with. They won't be afraid in asserting their boundaries, okay? There might have been something that happened to them in the past that I'm picking up, it could have been when they were quite young and they felt inexperienced and unable to assert themselves or assert their boundaries. And so something happens to them that they didn't like, and they've learned from that, but it may be that the experience has stayed with them and that still needs a little bit of healing. But I feel again that this could relate to you, Group 1, where your animal, this is something that your animal is teaching you, is how to be more assertive and have stronger boundaries. So it could be that your animal tests you in that way sometimes, where they push your boundaries, they try to push your limits, as if to say, are you going to set the rules here? Are you going to create guidelines with them? Are you going to lay down the boundaries with them? Or are you going to let them rule the house or walk all over you? You know, my cats have been really good at testing me with that, especially Lily. She's really good at pushing the boundaries, and I was letting them be free and be their true selves and not really setting down any rules or guidelines in the house. And I quickly learned that that's what I needed to do, because I don't like to stifle their freedom at all. But when we are all living in the same house, there does need to be some guidelines and some boundaries in place, and I learned how to do that quite quickly. With this number 9, the Hermit card, it's interesting that that has come out underneath the Sleeping card, because this is a really strong energy here of needing to withdraw, needing to rest, needing to spend time in their own company to figure some things out, or just to find some quiet time. If you've got a noisy or hectic household, or if they're living in a noisy environment, then your animal is saying to you that they do need some time away from that. So they will look for places to go and hide or withdraw and to sleep. Even that might not be inside the house, it might be that they need to go outside of the house to do that. So don't worry if they're an animal that goes off on their own for long periods of time. It's because they need that quiet time to rest and recuperate and to sleep, and just to charge their batteries up, and to maybe just to have a ponder on their own in the quietness, because this will give them the time and the space that they need to heal and to sort through their emotions and to sort out how they feel or think about things. Now I'm going to choose some of these cards. These are messages from your animal companion, things that they want you to know. Right, we will get 5 of these. We have got, be kind to yourself as you are to me. So your animal companion is very aware of how kind you are to them, and they're making it known that you aren't as kind to yourself as you are to them, and they're asking you to do more of that, to be more kind to yourself, Group 1. I know what you're thinking. Your animal is very, very tuned into you, very tuned into your thoughts and feelings, and they know what goes on in your mind. They know what you're thinking. They know when you think about them, and they will often try to put thoughts into your mind from them to help to guide you. You haven't done anything wrong. If there's a situation, Group 1, that is causing you to feel a little bit guilty, or like you've done something wrong, maybe with your animal, maybe you think you've got something wrong with them, they're making you aware you haven't done anything wrong, okay? There is nothing for you to worry about, nothing for you to feel guilty about. Everything is as it should be. If there's a situation in your life in general that you're feeling like you've done something wrong, they're saying to you, you haven't done anything wrong. Don't beat yourself up, Group 1, okay? No, that's an interesting card to come out. I put this in the deck. This is a blank card, because I haven't, in this card deck, because this is one that I created myself, and I haven't got one that says the animal needs to go to the vet. Because there have been times when I've wondered if I should take my animal to the vet or not with something that's going on with them. And I put this in to come out when the animal needed to go to the vet, or if I needed to get some health advice for the animal. It might not necessarily be the vet, or it might be that they need to go to some kind of healthcare practitioner, whether that's somebody like myself that does animal kinesiology and energy therapies, or somebody else like a holistic vet or some other type of therapist that has come up to say to you that yes, they want you to consider getting some professional help, some expert help with them about something, for them about something, okay? And it may be that you need that for yourself. So if you've been wondering about something recently, this is confirmation from your animal about that. I need a brush or a wash. That's a very clear message that your animal companion needs their fur, hair, feathers, whatever they've got covering them, that they need that some care going on with that. It may be that they've got bits stuck in their fur, or they're a bit mucky at the moment, or they just need some general attention, depending on what your animal is. So they're just letting you know that they need you to spend some time with that, or to take them to a groomer's, however that works well with you. I've got a cat that hates being brushed unless it's just around his head, so he gets knots and I have to get the clippers out or take him to a groomer's. So Group 1, I really hope that you have found that reading useful. Please don't be afraid of getting in touch with me in the comments or through my Etsy shop, through the messaging system. Thank you so much for listening to this reading. Please give your animal a great big hug from me, and I will see you again. Take care. Hello there, Group 2. You chose the Star Tarot card and the little charm of the arrow with the heart on the end. Now, this very much relates to love, sending love. Your animal is sending their love to you. They love you so deeply. Let's have a look at the Star Tarot card. The Queen of Cups, that is the card of love, isn't it? Goodness me, how wonderful. Let's get some more of those. Yeah, so your animal thinks you are amazing. I'm also getting the message, seeing this bird here, that they think you are very unique. There's something about you that is very unique that your animal absolutely adores about you. Maybe you've got a little bit of a quirk, or you've got a quirky personality, but your animal loves you. And maybe there's something that you do for your animal that feels like a bit of a quirk, you know, to them. And so they're just letting you know that they absolutely love you. Right, let's get a couple of cards. We have got the Ten of Cups. Oh gosh, yes. I mean, look. And the Five of Swords. Okay. This lovely Ten of Cups cards with the Queen of Cups. Again, this is like your animal saying they have got everything that they need. They've got everything that they could possibly dream of by being with you. They love their life with you. They feel at home. You are their family. You are their world. There's nothing more that they could want from life except for you and their life with you. There's something here though with this Queen, this Five of Swords, not the Queen, sorry, the Five of Swords, that relates to something that hurts them very deeply. Bear with me, I'm just getting a message from the animal's energy. Okay, so the message that I'm getting through from the animal is that they're saying that you hurt yourself a lot by self-punishment. It's like they're saying you give them all of this amazing love and attention. You create this wonderful life for them. You do everything for them, and you're not doing the same for yourself, and it is breaking their heart. They are feeling so upset that you don't treat yourself the same way, that it's making me feel a bit sad. It makes me feel quite emotional actually. And they're wanting you to know, why aren't you treating yourself in the same way that you treat them? You adore them and they want you to adore yourself in that same way. And I feel that this is a big part of actually your animal's purpose in your life, is to help you to love yourself as you love them. It's like this wonderful family that you create with you and them, and it may be that you have a family of your own as well, or not, you know, take it as it resonates. The readings are general, so take what is right for you. But this wonderful environment that you create for this animal, all this love that you pour onto them, they are here to help you to pour all of that love onto yourself as well, to show yourself the same love, care and kindness that you show to your animal. Let's get some more cards. It makes them very, very sad to see how you treat yourself. They pick up on your thoughts and your beliefs and your ideas about yourself. They pick up on all of that. You know, even things that you don't say out loud, they pick up on the energy of the thoughts that you have about yourself, and they want you to know that you're harming yourself. It's not intentional. None of it. I mean, you know, we all do it to ourselves, don't we? But your animal is saying that they are very concerned about this. They're saying that this is something that really needs to change within you, group 2, because you are really harming yourself in this way, and they really want you to know about it. So we have got 12, the Hanged Man. I'm going to put that in the middle there. The Ace of Wands, and 20, Judgment. Yeah, that's interesting that the Judgment card has come out next to the Five of Swords, because I feel that there is this judgment that you are casting upon yourself all the time. It's like you are so kind and caring and thoughtful and loving and speak so kindly to your animal companion, but yet you don't to yourself. And they want you to be aware of that. There are crows in this card here. Can you see them? Quite a few crows. The crows have got an interesting symbolism of many things, but when I see the crows outside, because they always come at a specific time, and it's usually when I've got a lot of dark thoughts flying around my mind, you know, it's like the crows to me always represent this part of a transformation that is quite difficult when the shadow self is very much active this is where the darkness comes out of us, and we often have dark thoughts circling our mind. When I see doves, that's like the opposite. Or even other white birds like gulls, seagulls in the sky. They represent spirit thoughts and high frequency thoughts, whereas the crows always seem to come about when there are much darker thoughts coming out. For me personally, that's how I always experience it. So when I see the crow coming up in the reading, we've got them on the Hanged Man card as well. That's interesting, isn't it? That they've come out in 2 of the cards, where this is very relevant to what I've been talking about, whether the crows are symbolising these darker thoughts that you have about yourself. And even in this Hanged Man card here, the crow is holding on to the cat. It's got it, I don't think it's its tail, it's got in its beak. It's like these thoughts, it's almost as if they've got a hold of you, and your animal companion is saying they are so very aware of them. And in this 5 of Swords card, the dark, I had to pause the video there because the memory card was full, but I'm back now. So yeah, as I was saying, in this 5 of Swords card here, the darker part of the card is on top and the lighter part is underneath. So it's almost as if these darker thoughts are getting a hold of you, and it could be that you are just going through this phase at the moment. You know, this is a phase that you're going through, and your animal is picking up on it, and they want you to know what they're sensing, you know, what they're feeling. They want you to know about this, about yourself, and they want to say to you, please, can you love me as you love yourself? Now, if we look at these other cards, these are like, on this side, it's interesting. These are much brighter, and these are more difficult cards here. So I feel that there are these 2 opposing energies going on here in the reading. It's interesting as well with this charm, you know, where I've mentioned about your animal sending you lots and lots of love. I feel that you are going through a difficult time at the moment. It's like there is all this love in the connection between you and your animal. There's so much love there, but there is a difficult time going on at the moment. It's like this lovely light energy here, and then this darker energy here. So there's all this love that your animal wants to bring to you, because they're picking up that you're going through a really difficult time at the moment. And they're saying to me, they've said it to me a few times now, I haven't said it, so I'm going to pass it on, but they want you to know that what you're going through is very temporary, because, you know, we all go through these cycles and phases in life where sometimes everything feels amazing and really good, and then it changes and everything feels awful for a while. And we all go through these different phases, and they are always temporary. But when you're going through a difficult time, it can be hard to forget, you know, it's easy to forget that, and it can be hard to remember that it's only passing, and it is going to pass, and it is temporary, and things are going to get better. So your animal that wants you to know that they are here to lift you up and to help you, and it's part of their life purpose to help you to see the light, to see the love in yourself, because you see it so easily in them, and they want you to see that in you. And they're saying that you don't need to be so hard on yourself, group 2. They want you to love you. They want you to love you so much. I'm getting my words in all tongue-tied in this reading. I don't know if this is something going on with you where you feel like you can't get your words out in a certain situation at the moment, or you can't say what you really want to say to someone. I always take these things that happen to me when I'm doing the readings as something relevant. So if there's a part of your life or a relationship in your life where you feel like you can't get your words out properly, or you're having difficulty saying how you truly feel to someone, then that, you know, take that if it resonates. I'm just passing on that message, and hopefully that will clear in the reading as I continue now. This lovely Ace of Wands card here, this is a sign that your animal is feeling, it's like they're feeling wonderful. They feel like they are, this is giving me a strong sense of spring. It's like these lovely daffodils here. We've got these lovely flowers blooming this pathway up to the tree, and all of these swallows out. They're quite prevalent in the spring. I've noticed they are around here where I live anyway. They often come out, and I feel that this is an energy or a season that your animal possibly really loves, is the springtime. Maybe they like to go out in the spring. Maybe they feel like they've got a spring in their step, And I feel that even if your animal is of older years, I feel that they could still be very active. It's given me a feeling of your animal being very active, and that this is something that they want to bring to you as well. It may be at the moment that you feel quite weighed down and heavy. That's this darker energy here, this heavy, oppressive energy, and that your animal might be doing things to help to lift you up, to uplift you, to help you to feel better. Okay, let's get some more cards. I think that we will get a couple of these. And then I'll choose some cards for some messages from your animal, that things that they directly want you to know. We've got healthy diet and flexibility. So they are asking you to be aware of their diet. There's something in their diet that they don't like, or that they're a little bit sensitive to, or they are just maybe wanting to change. There's maybe something about their diet that isn't right for them. That's what I'm picking up with this card. It's like, please have a look at that. They're saying, please have a look at their diet. Animals need to eat food that is closely related to their natural diet. So there might be, maybe you've been wondering about something to do with their diet at the moment, you know, or they're saying to you to check your diet. So there's something very important, otherwise that card wouldn't have come up, that they are saying, then this needs to be looked at, whether it's their diet or your diet, or both of you with your diet. Have a look at that, group 2, okay? And that's what will help to give them the maximum amount of energy for their day. The same for you, okay? Flexibility we've got here. This, let me read this actually from the booklet. You need to be flexible in your approach to the obstacle you are facing. Look at the situation from every possible perspective and you will discover a simple solution. Animals are great at seeing things more clearly than we do, and I feel that there might be something that they are drawing your attention to. And there's something in your life at the moment, group 2, that your animal is saying, look at this in a different way, try to look at it from a different perspective, and you'll soon find an answer. It could be, with this card coming out on this side with these darker cards, it could be the situation in the moment that's in your life at the moment that feels like this heaviness and this crow energy, that they are saying to you, look at it differently. Be flexible in the way that you're looking at something or dealing with something, okay? And it might be that they are trying to guide you into doing this as well. I feel that this animal has got a very strong guiding force in your life at the moment, a very strong guiding force energy, and they are showing you things through, it's like they're communicating with you through your thoughts to get you to try to be a little bit different in your approach to something. So they're saying, don't dismiss thoughts that come in that seem a little bit different to your own thought. It's easy to dismiss those thoughts because they might seem different, but your animal is saying, please don't dismiss those thoughts. These cards are messages from your animal to you, things that they want you to know. I'm tired and I need more sleep. That's interesting that it's come out near the healthy diet card, because I feel that there is something relating to their diet that is taking their energy, because I did mention that, because that's come out under the Ace of Wands, which is also about having a lot of energy. So I feel that there's something in their diet and your diet that is making you both feel tired. So have a look at that, group 2. You are my world. Absolutely. Hasn't that been abundantly clear in this reading? I've mentioned that right at the beginning. I think that you are their world and I need more exercise. So that's interesting that that's come out under this flexibility card. So it might be that they need to stretch a little bit more. It may be that you need more exercise as well, because this is something that they are saying to you. They're letting you know that they need more exercise. But as they quite often mirror us in so many ways, it might be that yoga because this is the flexibility card, isn't it? Maybe yoga is something that would really, really help you, group 2. But your animal is also saying that they need more exercise. Maybe they need to get out more, or they need to run around the house more, or they need more fun time and more playtime. Okay, group 2, so I really hope that reading has helped you. Please give your animal companion a great big hug from me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Hello there, group 3. You have chosen the Charm Feather and the Secrets of Wandwood Oracle cards. So I'm going to turn that over first of all, and then I'll get some more cards. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, that is just wonderful. Can you see that lovely card there, Dreams? Now, with the feather charm as the symbolism, this is giving me a sense of lightness. First of all, feathers represent, there can be a connection to the angels, and with this card here, with the Dreams card, I am getting a sense that your animal companion has got some kind of, bear with me, I'm just downloading some information. So the sense that I'm getting is they're very connected to the higher realms, and I feel that when they sleep, they're like some of us do. This happens to some people as well, where when we sleep, our soul goes off to do other things, or we go to other realms to undertake other tasks, that kind of thing. And I'm getting the same sense from your animal. There's a very otherworldly and like a very high vibration that is connected to your animal companion. Hello, Lily. Oh, did you hear that? I don't know if the microphone picked it up. She was in the room sleeping, and she often doesn't like it when I start talking. She goes and sleeps in another room, but she's just come to say hello. Hello there, Lily. I don't know if she's going to come into the picture. So, yeah, oh, here she is. Oh, you're very honoured, group 3. Lily is coming into your reading here. Now, Lily has got a very, very feminine type of energy where she has the feminine principles of nurturing and loving. And it's kind of the same energy as dreaming and sleep, because the feminine principle is this energy of intuition and feeling and being receptive. Bye-bye, Lily. So yeah, it's got this connection to this card here and to the feather. It's like your animal companion is very connected to that feminine principle, that feminine archetype energy, where they are highly sensitive, highly intuitive, and I feel that their soul does things while they're asleep, you know, because animal souls are the same as human souls. There is no difference. A soul is a soul is a soul, you know, and some of us have incarnated as animals in other lifetimes, and some of the animals that come into our lives have often been humans before. So I feel that your animal companion has got some kind of higher purpose with you, where it's not just about helping you to open up to unconditional love or helping you with your life purpose, but I feel that they could have a strong spiritual connection with you as well, group 3, where they, for some of you, depending on what the animal is, they might choose to sleep by you or be near you when you're asleep as a way of protecting your soul when you're asleep, or as a way of protecting your body rather when your soul goes off to do things beyond this reality. But I feel as though your animal companion has got a strong connection to a spiritual purpose with you. Let's get some more cards and see what else comes out here. And it might be, I'm picking this up for a few as well, where your animal companion likes to sleep a lot. More so than you might think is possibly normal for that type of animal. But we are all different. Some humans can exist on 4 hours sleep a night, but people like me, I like to have as much as possible. We are all different, but I think that the feeling I'm getting that your animal has just put in my mind, because I've just mentioned that about myself, the reason that I sleep a lot, or need a lot of sleep rather, is due to my high level of sensitivity, and I suffer from overwhelm such a lot. And so I physically get tired, mentally get tired, emotionally get tired, the whole thing, you know. So I need to rest a lot. And I feel that this is the same for your animal, because they've got this really high level sensitivity, which this world overwhelms them. And it's very likely that some of you are the same. This could be something that your animal is mirroring to you, in a way to help you to learn about yourself. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got chaos. Oh, that's interesting. Unlock and caring. Yeah, what interesting cards to have come through in this reading. So let's move that up. This caring card most definitely relates to this sense of your animal, and possibly you as well, Group 3, being very sensitive and caring and empathic. You might be an empath, or at least a very highly sensitive person, and your animal is certainly very attuned to picking up on all of the energies around them, whether that be from people's thoughts or feelings or emotions, or whether it's to do with the weather itself or the earth energies. Animals are so tuned into those kind of things. They know what the weather's going to do well ahead of time. And you might too as well, Group 3. You might be that sensitive. That's the sort of sensitivity that I have. I can always tell when it's going to rain. I can feel it and smell it in the air. And that's can be quite useful sometimes, you know, because it can help you to plan things practically, you know. So I feel that you are a very sensitive soul as well as your animal, and that this is, it's almost like I'm getting this sense that they're a sort of guide for you in this reality, in this lifetime, where they are helping you to unlock this side of yourself. And I'm also getting a message for some of you that you have always had animals in your life, or most of the time you've had animals in your life, and it's like it's almost as if you need an animal to be around you, because they have such a sensitive, gentle nature that balances out. We've got this chaos card because this world is full of chaos. Of course, it's not all chaotic. It depends what you put in your attention on and how you perceive things. But there is always balance going on. But there is a lot of chaos in this world at this moment, at this time. There's a lot of chaos going on because there's a lot of change going on. And I feel that, especially now for you, Group 3, it is so important that you have this gentleness from your animal companion in your life at the moment, as a way to try to balance the external chaos. But it's also important, they're just making me aware of this, they want me to tell you that it's important that you know that the chaos in the world, or any chaos that comes into your life, it's created by us. We create the energy in this reality by all of our collective thoughts and feelings and emotions and insecurities and fears and all of that. It all creates energy. And because we are going through this massive transformation as a collective, it's bringing to the surface all of the chaotic energy, and your animal wants you to be aware of that. If you are, especially if you are connecting with it in any way, you know, on social media or the news or YouTube or whatever, they're asking you to be very careful where you put your attention, because of how easily it can impact you, especially that you might not be aware of how much it's actually impacting you. And this is why your animal might choose to sleep a lot or rest a lot, or prefer quiet places. You know, if they're in a home where, if your home environment is quite noisy and chaotic, you might see them wanting to be on their own quite a lot, as a way to de-stress from that, and to find some quiet time so that they can become cleared of that energy, if you like. And they're wanting me to draw your attention to this. They're making it very clear to me to make sure that you understand this as well for yourself, and the impact that this might have on you. I feel that you are also a very giving person, and at times you might give too much of yourself. With this feather, I'm getting a very strong connection to the angelic realm, and having a connection to the angels, it naturally makes you more empathic and compassionate and sympathetic to other people's needs and wants and desires, to the point where you maybe give too much of yourself, and your animal companion is wanting you to be very, very aware of that. This unlock card is giving me the sense that your animal is helping you to unlock a hidden part of yourself. Now, this is going to relate differently to each of you because this is a general reading, but for some of you, I'm getting the sense it relates to hidden memories or suppressed emotions, whereas with others of you, it relates to a hidden potential, a talent, something like that that you have that's part of your soul's blueprint to bring out and to manifest physically in this lifetime. And for some of you that might already be happening, but they are here to, I feel like they've got such a beautiful, soft, gentle, loving, caring nature as your animal, that they are helping you to unlock that side of yourself, that feminine principle side of yourself that might have been suppressed due to things that have happened in the past that have closed that part of you down for all kinds of reasons. You know, it might have been due to a person, trauma, past experiences, anything like that. I'm going to get some more cards now from the Landscapes Tarot deck. I am also noticing quite strongly the lack of colour in these two cards here, where the middle two are very, very colourful, and I get the sense that that might be how you see the world a lot of the time, group 3, where it feels colourless to you. You might have a very rich and vibrant inner world or imagination or creativity where you are able to imagine things very vividly, very clearly in your mind, and you're probably much more comfortable in your mind or in your own home, in your own space, than you are being out in the world. And your animal might feel the same way, depending on what type of animal they are. I mean, cats typically they embody the feminine principle, even the males, you know, they like to be in a quiet environment, they like stillness, they like calmness, they're very intuitive, they like to be somewhere, they like to hide a little bit. So let's see what we've got here. 6 of Pentacles. Now, typically in the tarot deck, I don't normally read tarot cards traditionally, I like to use the pictures, but the 6 of Pentacles does relate to giving and receiving, and I mentioned that about you, didn't I, group 3, that you might be very giving to the point where you're over giving. So that is very interesting that that has popped up, because you sense the energies of other people, and it kind of makes you want to give. We've got number 1, the Magician. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got, see that there, with a little fox sleeping under the roots of the tree. That's another energy to do with sleeping there. And then the Page of Cups. That's that dreamy-like quality, isn't it? And also connecting to the emotions and the feelings and intuition. That's the water element. And also very strongly connecting in with the dream. So you've got these really interesting energies here that seem to, on one side, they're quite, with the Chaos, the Magician and the Pentacles energy, this is a very material, physical, down-to-earth energy, where I feel that this with you represents things in the physical realm. And then on this side here, especially from the middle onwards, you've got this more feminine aspect of the dreamy quality, the intuition, the feelings and emotions, and creativity and that kind of thing. So I feel that your animal has got this purpose with you where they give you, it's almost as if they're giving you a place of safe refuge with them. Like you might feel calm and safe and loved when you are around them, when you're cuddling them, when you're spending time with them. They might really help to ground you. I feel that they are, although I've mentioned that they've got this high frequency, I feel that they are very grounded. You see, we've got, this is an interesting image on the Magician card, because this is up in the air. And I feel that this could be you at times, group 3, where you might be, where I mentioned that you might be really comfortable being in your mind and your imagination and creative energy and not very grounded. And especially if you're empathic as well, it can be hard to be grounded. So your animal, I feel, is helping you to stay grounded, because I feel like they've got very strong roots to this earth realm. It's like they've got this very high frequency, but they are also very, very grounded, and they can help you with that as well. And I feel that there might be times when they are showing you and guiding you towards the illusions in this world, because I feel that there is something at the moment, group 3, that you aren't seeing clearly at the moment, and your animal wants to draw your attention to that. So take notice, if your animal companion looks like they are trying to get your attention at particular times, either if you're speaking to someone or if you're watching something, notice if your animal companion is doing something to get your attention, because I feel that they are trying to make you aware of something that isn't as it seems. Maybe whether that's something you're watching on a screen, or when you're communicating or spending time with a certain person, there is something that isn't what it seems, or someone that isn't what it seems, that they want to make you very aware of. It's like the wool has been pulled over your eyes, so to speak, and they want you to see that. They want you to be aware of that. Now, with this Queen of Wands card coming up under the unlock, I've touched on this already, where I think that your animal is helping you to unlock some hidden potential within you, or something else that's hidden. And I feel that this will come out during your resting time, whether you meditate or if you're just simply being still. I feel like you will access this, whatever it is that's hidden, more easily if you spend time in stillness. Okay. And your animal is just saying, please don't worry if you see them resting a lot, or if you need to rest a lot yourself. There's something about the need to rest a lot, and your animal is saying, please don't worry about this. It's okay. It's normal for you and for them. You know, we are all different. As I mentioned earlier, some of us can survive on a few hours sleep, whereas others of us need a lot, because of how we process things. Everybody is made uniquely. And I also get this sense, this interesting image on the Page of Cups card, this is just giving me, making me think of like a fish aquarium. You know, it's like you can watch fishes in an aquarium and they can be quite therapeutic or hypnotic or mesmerize you, and it's that dreamy type of energy where I feel that your animal could quite easily sit and watch something for ages and get lost in the details of it, or just watching it, you know, just being in that stillness of it and just caught up in that wonderful energy, because it helps them connect to their own soul and back to the spirit realm. And I feel that they're saying that this would also help you as well to do that. Now I'm going to get some cards that are messages from your animal companion, things that they want you to know directly, like direct messages from them to you. I've got 4. I appreciate you. Oh, that is lovely. That says it all, doesn't it? My environment isn't right for me. Now, that is so interesting, considering what I've been talking about. You know, especially with this Chaos card, if there is something in their environment, if they are stressed out by noise or activity, or it could be that some of them are very sensitive to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, that sort of thing, because animals are, especially if this is an indoor animal, a lot of animals, they are like us. We are all sensitive to these radiation frequencies, but with animals, when they go outside and their feet connect with the ground, they can channel the frequencies back into the ground. But if this animal doesn't come in contact with the ground enough, those frequencies build up in their body, and it can cause illness in some sensitive creatures like yours is, and possibly for you. There could be other reasons why your animal isn't happy about its environment, but trust what your gut feeling is telling you about this group 3. I love snuggle time with you. That is so lovely. And you know what? That little kitten there, that is my snowflake. Oh, just love that picture. And then we've got I need a brush or a wash. So that speaks for itself, doesn't it? Your animal is asking for some care with their fur, their coat, whatever they've got on them. They need a brush or a wash. Okay, so group 3, I really hope that reading has helped you. Give your beautiful animal companion a big hug from me. Thank you for listening and take care. Hello there, group 4. Thank you for joining me. Now you've chosen the Cat Wisdom Oracle deck and this little musical charm. I can't remember the name of this symbol. Some of you might know. So the musical charm there, that's giving me this sense of relaxation, creativity. You know how music can often inspire creative thoughts, creative ideas, or calmness, or shift our mood in some way, especially if we've been getting up in our head, or we need to, you know, music can help us to move our bodies, which really helps us to shift the energy as well. So we'll see how that's relevant to this reading. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got doubt. I'm going to read that from the book. To start off with. At times, we move through life confidently with clear direction and purpose. At other times, we have countless questions and are filled with a sense of doubt. Doubt creeps into our minds to encourage us to reflect on the choices we are making. Use this time to question some of your beliefs, ideas and beliefs. You will come out of this period with more direction and focus. Now, in relation to your animal companion, I am getting a sense that they might be quite an anxious animal, this one, or quite hesitant. Like, for example, they might, my little Lily, when I open the door, when she wants to go out, I open the door. She can stand there for ages and ages. And I mean, sometimes I just walk away and leave the door open, come back 10 minutes later and she's still stood there. It's like she can't decide whether she wants to go. She does, but she isn't sure. And she can wait there for ages. In the end, I just shut the door and she either comes in or she goes out. So I sense that that could be quite relevant to your animal companion in some way, depending what type of animal they are. But I feel that they could be quite hesitant or a little bit anxious, and you know, most of the time our animals are mirroring us or someone else in the household. So it could be that yourself or somebody else in the household, if you live with other people, have that type of energy where you are hesitant or a little bit anxious, you know. So let's see what else we've got here. Tenderness, that is beautiful. Hiding and trust. Those are very interesting cards. Let's move them up a little bit, actually. Okay, so this tenderness card, especially with what I've just said about your animal being a little bit hesitant or anxious, there is a great need for tenderness in their life to help them with this, because I feel like they're a little bit scared of life or scared of this world. And in some cases, this might even come out as some kind of a physical imbalance. It depends how old they are, or if this energy has built up over a long time, or if they've suffered some kind of big stress or trauma. Like my little snowflake, he is so highly strung, and he's helping me to heal my childhood, which I was like that in childhood. I was extremely stressed and anxious due to my family environment, and he's got the same thing going on. He's incarnated with the same emotional wounds to help me to heal myself by helping him. I hope that makes sense. So I feel that this animal companion is doing the same thing with you or someone in the household, group 4, where there is something in the family dynamic, whether they are living in a house with other people with you, or whether there are other animals in the house, or maybe other people or animals nearby that influence your animal companion. Because I have neighbours that no matter how many people have moved into this certain house next door, they are always noisy. I just don't know what it is about that house. And Snowflake is so sensitive to the noises. Every time somebody bangs something, he's jumping and looking around for the danger. And I'm picking up that same energy here in this reading with this animal that you're thinking about here. So this animal needs a lot of love and care and attention and tenderness, like the card says. With this hiding card here, that is very typical of that energy to come out in a reading like this, because this animal needs somewhere to feel safe that they can retreat to when things get on top of them. If they're feeling unwell or a little bit scared, they need to be able to retreat to somewhere where they can feel safe. Like with cats, for example, Snowflake goes underneath a cupboard in the kitchen, and I've also put a big cardboard box under my bed for him to climb into when he feels he needs to. He actually sleeps in there quite often. He's in there at the moment, and he loves those enclosed spaces because they make him feel safe. You know, it's like there's just a hole in the box that I've put in there for him to climb in and out of, and he loves being enclosed like that. And I've put a cat shelter. I've made a cat shelter in the garden with a hole in it so that he can go in there when he feels that he needs to get away from the outside world if he's outside. So this is that type of animal that really needs somewhere safe to retreat to when things get on top of them. And if they're not feeling very well, again, that's how they'll want to react, is they'll need to go and hide somewhere. So it's really important to understand this animal's needs and to be aware of someone that they are mirroring here, whether that's you or someone else around you. That energy is there, and I feel that it could possibly connect with the family dynamic. It depends on your personal circumstances. We've also got the trust card. So this is like trust and doubt here are opposite energies. So I feel here that your animal companion is incarnated with these emotional wounds that reflect somebody, whether that's you or someone else in the house, with all this hesitation and doubt or anxiety or stress, that kind of thing that I've already mentioned, as a way to help to learn the opposite energy, which is trust. So part of their life purpose is to help you or someone close to you to develop trust. You know, whoever it is that's doubting and anxious about things, they feel that way because they don't trust themselves, they don't trust life, they don't trust spirit. Whether it's to do with feeling safe in the home or money problems or in relationships or at work or all of those areas, this element of lack of trust manifests as doubt and anxiety. So that is a big life lesson that this animal is helping you or someone close to you to embody, to learn in this lifetime. That's such a gift. I feel as though this, like with Snowflake, I'm very aware that his soul has made great sacrifices to take on the same emotional core wounds that I have, that I grew up with in my family. Because interestingly, he lives with his mum and dad, Lily and Toby, and Lily, his mother, is quite aggressive towards Snowflake, which is the same dynamic that I had in my childhood. And Toby, the dad, is very, very laid back and will just take things as they are or leave them. And my dad, as much as I loved him, he was no help with the dynamic that was going on with my mom. And so, like with Snowflake and me, it's such a horrible thing to experience, because with Snowflake, he's just on edge all the time around Lily, and even sometimes around Toby. He adores Toby though, but Toby can be a little bit, he doesn't really care how he comes across, you know, he's very much, it's got this very strong regal energy, and he's not bothered how he affects anybody else, but he's very loving when he wants to be. And poor little Snowflake is so full of love and cuddles, and he just wants to love everybody, and he wants everybody to love him. And unfortunately, life isn't like that, is it? And that was how I was when I was a child. So I feel like there is a similar energy going on here with this animal, where they want to be loved. They might be very needy. They might come across as needy. They might be very loving as a way to get love back, you know. They might be very affectionate. They might be very clingy. This can manifest in different ways in animals, and it doesn't necessarily mean that's mirroring you or someone close to you, because sometimes the animals, how their emotional wounds come out in them, it can manifest in different ways to how it does in the human, for example. Like, for example, with Snowflake, it manifests as a physical health problem relating to his skin, which is something that I don't suffer from, but that's how it's come out with him. But he's also healing something from his family line. Toby's mum, he's taken on some karma to do with the family line, like we do as humans. We take on our ancestral karma as well. So I feel that this is very relevant for you or someone in the family where there is this energy of being anxious, doubtful, hesitant, highly strung, stressed, and this person needs a lot of attention and love and to be treated with a lot of care and kindness. And to be aware that they do have these emotional core wounds that are mirroring someone. Okay, so let's get some more cards now. I think we'll use these ones, which are, they're called A Hare's Odyssey. They are. So yeah, the animals, sometimes they take on these big sacrifices. They make a big sacrifice to come and help us. They take on these big emotional core wounds that we have in order to help us to heal. So they mirror these emotional core wounds back to us. And what a wonderful thing that is to do. We've got receive, that is lovely. Ceremony, burdens, and measure. Wow, we've got some really interesting images there. So I'm getting the sense that with this ceremony card here, that your animal has certain like rituals, habits with you or in the family that they like to do because it helps them to feel safe. They might habitually like their meal times at certain times, and I get the sense that they don't like change at all. Change is something that stresses out my little snowflake a lot. I mean, a lot of us aren't very good with change, but with certain highly strung animals, they like a sense of routine or habits or these little rituals that they have with us because it helps them to stay grounded and calm when they know how things are going to be. I feel like this animal does not like surprises or change at all. So that is something to be aware of, you know, if you've got anything going on in your life or, you know, in the future where you've got some big change coming up, whether there's somebody coming to the house, whether you're moving house, whether there's going to be some big change that impacts the animal, it might be worthwhile thinking about how this will affect the animal and how it could stress them, and then to take some natural and holistic measures to help them to deal with that. Animal kinesiology, which is something that I do, can really help to keep that energy balanced in situations like that. And that's something that you can learn as well, Group 4. If you're interested in that, I can let you know a really good teacher who I learnt off for that. With this receive card, I feel that your animal is very much in need of this calming, loving, tender energy. I feel that they've got like this very giving side of them, like my little snowflake, giving love, giving love, giving love, giving love, because he wants to get love back. He wants to be loved. He will do whatever he can to get some love back. And I feel like your animal companion could be like this. They will do whatever they can to please you because they want to be loved. And I am absolutely sure that you adore them anyway, but this is to make you aware of how they are, how they're affected by things. So they will do things to try to get you to love them. It's like they're trying to please you all the time, so that to make sure that they are getting their love, the love that they need. This burdens card here, this is like really giving me the strong sense of, I've mentioned about them taking on this big sacrifice to incarnate with you or within your family to help you all by incarnating with these emotional core wounds. And it is like a big burden for them, but it means that you or somebody close to you is also carrying this same burden, and this animal wants to help to lighten your burden. So they might come to you in times of need. They might be very sensitive to when somebody is really struggling within the house, and they will be there to help to lighten the load. And that is such a beautiful thing. These are like, I always call them like therapy animals, because they always tune in to when others are struggling, and they know what that person needs. They know when someone needs a hug. They know when someone needs to be left alone. They know when someone needs company, They're very good at picking up on that kind of thing because they're so sensitive. And I get the sense from this measure card here that this animal likes, it ties in with what I was saying earlier about them, it was with the ceremony card, about them needing some kind of habit or ritual thing going on, where they like things to be a certain way, where they, like, for example, they want the meals to be a certain way. They want to be given a certain amount at each meal, not too much or too little. It's like they can be very particular at times. They might have some funny little quirks going on in their personality that you notice. I'm feeling this sense of quirkiness with your animal companion, where they do like things to be just so, whether it's to do with their food or other things that relate to them, other habits, other rituals, as I've mentioned. I feel like they like things to be just so, which ties in again with this sense of they don't like change. They don't like anything that changes, and it can really stress them out. I'm feeling, very called to repeat this to you, to make you very aware of how sensitive they are to things like this, to changes. This can also relate to the environment, changes in the environment as well. So take this into account, because this can affect you or someone in the house as well as affecting your animal, because ultimately they are here to teach and guide you and to help you to learn about yourself. Now I'm going to choose some of these cards, which are messages from your animal companion, things that they want you to know. That one wants to be chosen, and that one, and that one. We have got, look at that, the blank card, I'll come to that in a moment. We've got, I want to spend more time with you, and I need a cuddle. So this animal, they are asking, look at those two cards. I want to spend more time with you and I need a cuddle. And we had the tenderness card, didn't we? They really, really need a lot of love, does this animal. I'm sorry if you can hear that noise in the background. There is some gardening going on. So this animal really needs a lot of love and attention. I've mentioned that numerous times. Bear with me, I'm going to close the window. You can pretty much guarantee that whenever I do recordings for readings, somebody comes and does the gardening outside with a really noisy machine. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, your animal companion. I've said it so many times now. And my attention's just been brought back to this musical symbol here, where music frequencies are very relevant to your animal companion, where there could be certain types of music or frequencies that really help to calm them. So maybe look into that. I'm also getting the sense that there could be frequencies in the house, as in negative frequencies in relation to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, that sort of thing, that is affecting them. some animals can be very sensitive to that, and I feel that this animal is highly sensitive to the frequencies in the atmosphere, whether they be positive or negative. But I do feel that there could be some kind of music, something like that, that could be very calming to them. Okay, so now this blank card is interesting to come up in the reading. I put that in this deck because this is a deck that I've created, because there are no cards in this deck that say, like, I need to go to the vets. Because sometimes we can be uncertain. If an animal is sick, they often try to hide it, or we aren't sure how much they're actually suffering, you know. So I put that in the deck so that if ever that comes up when I'm using the deck for myself and one of my animals needs to go to the vets, I always debate whether to go or not, because I do everything holistically as much as possible. That's not to say I don't go to the vets, but I will prefer first to use the natural alternatives, but that's just me. But this card can relate to something to do that is going on with your animal companion that could be affecting their health. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean going to the vets. It could be that the animal is asking for a holistic vet or some kind of health practitioner, because there are plenty of alternative therapies out there now for animals that don't require vet treatment. And often many of the alternative health treatments for animals, they are also qualified conventional vets as well. They started off as a vet and then they went into the holistic side of things, and there's lots of types of treatments available for animals. And it could be with your animal coming across as this highly strung, anxious animal, it might be that they need some help with that. If this isn't something that they're having already, there are lots of natural supplements that help animals depending on what type of species they are. For example, I give Snowflake ashwagandha. That is really good stress adaptogen for dogs and cats, and I think other animals can take it as well. It's worth looking into, though, is that one. And recently, because Snowflake has been suffering with his skin, he itches like crazy at this time of year, I've been giving him ginkgo, skullcap and nettle. Ginkgo and skullcap are also very calming and really good for stress and anxiety. So this might be something that you want to have a look at if you feel that this is relevant for your animal, or if you think there's something else going on, then listen to your gut feeling as to whether to take them to the vets or whether to look into alternative therapies. Okay, but that's what this blank card is relating to. They are asking for some outside help with that. I do the energy therapy, which works on clearing an animal's energy, because when the energy in the body gets blocked up for too long with trauma, emotions, thoughts, whatever it is, it causes a blockage that eventually, if it doesn't clear on its own, it works its way down to the physical body, creating physical symptoms, which is what happens with my Snowflake, because he suffers from overwhelm and can't clear his emotions enough and ends up with these symptoms. Luckily, I've got on top of it much quicker than I did last year. So bear that in mind. You know, I do, as I say, I do the energy therapy, but this might be something that you feel drawn to, or you could want to go down the route of herbalism or whatever. You know, do what feels right for you and your animal companion. Okay, my lovely group fours, thank you for listening to this reading. Please give your animal a great big hug and take care. I'll see you again